online about abs. Everyone's wanting to slim down their midsection. Summer's right around the corner, so we're really talking about abs right now. And I've had people want to know what the best way to train your abs are. And then I've also talked about the ways to effectively train them. And then what if you're getting low back pain? This is very common. I always get questions from my clients in that they're doing these certain ab exercises and they're like, it hurts. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my low back. So I wanted to show you. Okay, first of all, hopefully I put my headphones in, this room kind of echoes, so hopefully this doesn't sound too bad. First thing, your abs are built to stabilize your body, okay? So they're to protect you from going this way, forward, and backwards. So let me just try to prop you up. I'm working solo today, so I'm gonna have to work my magic, okay? So it's going to help you go from here, 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 right? And then here. So it's our stabilization. It's our core of our whole body. And the key thing when you're doing ab exercises, like leg raises, is that you want to use your abs enough that your low back doesn't arch. This is the number one thing with leg raises. So first, my top 3 exercises that I'm going to have you do to train your abs to get stronger, to avoid low back pain, and to be better in all of your big lifts like squats and deadlifts is planks, any sort of plank, forward plank, side plank, moving planks, all planks, okay? Second, leg raises, where you lay on your back and you raise your legs up and down. And I'm gonna show you all of these too really quick before my next client comes here. And then the third is taking the leg raise to the next step, and you've got like your hanging versions of like a Roman chair could be a very basic one. You go from a Roman chair to a hanging knee raise, to a hanging leg raise, to a hanging toe to bar, okay? Ultimate extreme is toe to bar, okay? But let's start with planks. So key things with planks. Starting out with your knees and your elbows is the basic floor plank. Now, if you do not do well with planks, anything elevated, right? So think of like a push-up. When you do push-ups on the ground and you're like this, it's super, super hard, right? But if you maybe were to go put your hands on your kitchen counter and you do a push-up and you're like this, it's a lot easier. So same thing with planks. If you are in a plank position on a box or a bench, it's gonna be a little bit easier. As you get stronger, you can get closer to the floor, and then you can be on your knees and your elbows or your toes and your elbows, okay? So any version of plank. My number one thing I wanna talk about plank, I'm not gonna bore you to death. By the way, did you know the world Guinness record for the longest plank is like over 4 hours? Like, props to that girl. Who has that much patience to do that long of a plank? No, thank you. Okay. So I wanted to set you up really quick right here. Okay, so a plank, obviously, we don't want our butt in the air, right? And then I don't want you too low. You see that arch in my low back? We're trying to avoid that, and that's what's gonna cause a lot of pain. Your core is designed to keep that solid without doing this, okay? So right there, abs are really engaged, and then don't forget about all your other muscles. Don't forget about, I'm like talking on the ground. Don't forget about your legs and your glutes and your shoulders. Everything should be flexed on a plank. Now, my number one pet peeve with a side plank is that everyone's butt is back, okay? So a side plank, I want your knees, hips, and shoulders all in a straight line. And you're not gonna be able to see this today. Go to my YouTube channel. I have some videos on planks. But you want everything in a straight line. I don't care if you're here on your knees or if you're on your toes, but everything is in a straight line. Ladies are always really famous with putting their butt back, so it's like a zigzag. No, okay? Make sure everything's in line. All right, hey Amy. Okay, then leg raises. Okay, so this is what my newer client, Chris, he messaged me. Yes, I train men. He was doing leg raises. Leg raises can be done on a bench where you hold your bench right here, right? Or they can be done on the floor. The number one thing, and I'm gonna try to get this in here, is when people are doing leg raises, they let this happen. You see all of that space right here? So, if you are doing these for the first time and you're not very strong, what you're trying to do is legs straight. So, let me try to show you. Oh, let me put my finger over the camera. Okay, so legs straight, right? That's the ultimate hard version of a leg raise. If you can do it and your back is neutral, rock star. You get an A+. Now, if you can't and you're like, okay, Allie, how do I fix this? The closer your heels are to your butt, the easier it is. So you might start out with like a heel tap versus a leg raise, because that's how you can keep your low back from arching and you can keep your abs engaged. And then as you get stronger, you'll slowly straighten out those legs. And then ultimately, you'll be a full-on badass with your legs straight and your low back neutral, okay? Ladies are terrible at this. You know why we're terrible at this? It's because we walk around with our butts stuck out all the time. It's like we were taught that it made our butts look good, so we just like walk with our butts propped out, and then you try to do a leg raise in that same position, and your back is like, no thank you, it hurts. So leg raises, the closer your heels are to your butt, the less pressure it is on your low back, and that's the goal for leg raises, is that you shouldn't, you know, like little twerking movement right there, you shouldn't be doing that. Your abs should be engaged and your back neutral. Okay, you don't have to smash, sorry, put my finger over the camera again. You don't have to smash your low back to the ground, but keep it neutral. That's a key thing if you want strong abs. Now, take that to the next step. So let's say, Allie, I'm really good at leg raises on the floor and that does nothing for me. Bring it on. What else do you have for me, right? So then you do hanging. Hanging is going to incorporate a lot more of your body. And I can't show you this, but imagine you hanging from a bar, a pull-up bar, and you're nice and straight, no swinging, and you're gonna bring your knees up. So keep them straight, right? And then you're gonna bring your knees up, and that's it. And again, lowering them without swinging. That's the hard part, is without swinging. Ask any of my clients. That will take it to the next step. And then as you get easier with that, if that gets easy, then instead of your knees going up, this is like the world's worst demonstration right here, you're welcome, then you're gonna do straight leg. So basically, a leg raise, but you're hanging instead of on the ground. So notice, my top 3, I did not mention crunches in any of that, any of it. So crunches, they burn, they're good ab exercise. They make us feel like we're really working our abs. But in order to strengthen your core, to really benefit, to have better posture, to have a stronger core for squatting. Think of all your big lifts, your squats and your deadlifts. What is your core doing? It's straight, right? Like you don't want it in a crunch position. That's what we're trying to avoid. So imagine you're always training your core in a crunch position. How are you supposed to then expect it to be able to be in a straight position when you lift? Like you're asking it for something that you've never done before. That's like me asking you guys to do something you've never done before and expect it to be perfect. Like, no. Okay? So, train your core in a straight position. You got planks, all versions of planks. We've got leg raises where you lay on the floor and you raise your legs up. And then we've got hanging, ultimately the hardest. Toes to bar. If you don't know what toes to bar are, Google it. Google will help you out. And my YouTube channel. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel. I have so many exercises on there. If any of you are like, I don't know what to do in the gym, just scroll down my YouTube channel. I have all of my exercises for free. Or if you're like, I would really love for somebody to put all these workouts and all these exercises into a program that is thought out with reps and sets and how-to videos, check out my website, because that's what I do for you. Because there's a bunch of information online, okay? Personal training, it's not a secret. Like exercises are not a secret. I'm not keeping this from you. But the hard part is grabbing all of this information and then putting it together. That's the hard part. And then also wondering why certain things hurt your body versus other things. So, but I just wanted to share that. Top 3 ways to train your abs most effectively. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you've had any other issues. Leg raises with low back pain is the #1 complaint I always get. And my client Chris last night, when he messaged me, I go, you know what? I haven't seen you do it, but I'm gonna bet 99% the reason why it hurt you is because you're arching your low back, because it happens with 99% of my clients. So I don't have to see you to know I've seen enough clients do it. So, okay? I hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday. This guy here, he works out. He's got a German Shepherd service dog with him. It's so cute. I have the hardest time not petting German, like any service dog. But he's like, and the dog is so good. He just lays there and does nothing. I'm like, damn, I wish my dogs did that. There's no way my dogs could ever pass as a service dog. No. All right, okay. Well, I hope this lesson was easy to incorporate. That's what I meant to say. I also hope that it was beneficial, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday. And my client should be here soon, so time to kick their butt.